Welcome back. If you're just joining us, it's Daybreak on Trust Television. We would now look at some of the stories that made it to the front page of select national newspapers this morning. We begin with the Daily Trust. The major story here reads, Nigeria Air, how EFCC nabbed Sirika over 8 billion fraud.
8 billion? With all the fuss, I thought it would be more.
Perhaps when we go into other parts, we'll get to see more. But I mean, even a billion naira is
it's a lot of money.
Amount. SAC directors for interrogations. Ex-minister's brother's account remains frozen. We have some timelines there of how the name and logo of Nigeria Air were unveiled at Farnborough Air Show in the United Kingdom, and all of this had some kind of serious cost attached. I mean, we even saw a flight land in this country and take off, and the next day it was leaving some other destination with a different brand name. Two other stories: Abuja British School bullying sparks outrage, closure. NSIB probes Dana aircraft's keyed incident, and that happened yesterday. It's wrong to increase electricity tariff without consultations. This is coming from the Speaker. And Sokoto sack 15 district head over insecurity, land racketeering. FG appoints 17 new charge affairs and councils general. Bandit kill 3, adopt 8 in Kaduna communities, and I will resign if your Bello is not prosecuted. This is coming from the EFCC chair. And that's it on the front page of Daily Trust.
The Guardian is up next. Let's take a look at the front page. More on that revelation from the EFCC chair as fraud allegations and money laundering involving Bello, the former governor of Kogi State. But you also have there in the picture the 3 prominent public figures that have been in the news lately. I mean, Adi Sirika is the latest addition, but you also have Betta Edu, the suspended Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, who also is under investigation over alleged misappropriation of funds. Bello there in the mix, the Minister of the Justice and Attorney General of the Federation. Now, EFCC says is intensifying manhunt for Bello, detains Sirika, freezes 300 accounts of Bureau de Change operators. In other news, blackout cripples business activities across Taraba, Gombe, and Adamawa states. Now, this is day 2 as far as that is concerned. CBN to sell $16 million to BDCs at 1,021 naira amid fresh panic in foreign exchange market. Anxiety as Ihedioha, others quit PDP. Court sacks Imo party chairman. Ganduje summons Aida Tiwa, 15 Guba aspirants over Ondo primary outrage. Less than 20% of Nigerians access 12 hours power supply daily. How about that? And finally, federal government probes bullying incident at British-led international school in Abuja. All right, these are some of the stories we're tracking, and of course, that are available across some of these national dailies. Let's get right into the analysis now with the one and only Mr. Ben Sherman, who is here to get down to the brass tacks of the conversation. Looking gallant as always, Mr. Ben Sherman, former Director of News, Voice of Nigeria. Good morning, and welcome to the program.
Thank you.
You're trying to, I must say that I think you're making an attempt to reverse the age, and I think it's working, at least on the outside. I don't know what's going on inside, but you're looking young as ever.
Inside, I make sure that I do my 5 kilometers road walk every day.
Really?
Today I've done it, and sometimes
that's very good.
It goes up to 7 kilometers, 10 kilometers.
I think you should tell Mr. Manson that, our producer. I think he doesn't get 5 kilometers a day.
Well, I think his form is what they call follow-come. He was born like that, so no matter the exercise, he won't trim.
Now I regret making that comment. But you know, let's talk about EFCC. The chairman yesterday, he was almost on the edge of unraveling. It looks personal from some of the comments he was making. Not personal against Bello, but he's very passionate. He came off as someone who is very passionate about this anti-corruption fight and who is determined to see it to its logical conclusions. You've heard what he had to say about not just Bello, but all the other cases that they're prosecuting. What do you make of his comments and commitment of the anti-graft agency?
Honestly, your two last expressions, commitment, you know, comments, commitment. It looks like with passion, he's here to actually do the job. But somewhere along the line, he has seen that, yes, there are obstacles. You know the allegation, when Yaya Bello was a kind of caged, it was clear he was to be grabbed at that point to go face justice. Suddenly, a sitting governor was alleged to have entered the place, tinted vehicles, and thereafter he went out. Did you go out with Yaya Bello, using his own immunity by the constitution that you can't prosecute him, you can't arrest him, you know? And that's why you could also see that the chairman of EFCC is saying whoever is aiding and abetting, it's a matter of time. When Yaya Bello was talking of being a rare kind of species of a lion, the white one, you know, I do remember that there were some times we want to travel past Okene. You know, Okene is a kind of jam-packed, hilly and all that. People want to meander here and there. At the point we reach some hilly areas, I said, no, the white lion lives here, so this road is blocked. In fact, it was barricaded because they said the governor lived in that area.
I mean, why would you want to follow a road where you have a lion?
You know, now when you have those kind of people showing that power, remember it's ephemeral. 8 years, you are nobody, and that's why today, like some people are saying, the logo of EFCC is the eagle, and you are now having a lion running away from an eagle. Then the reverse is the case. So I think that the chairman of the EFCC is out to do his job, and I think time has come to that Nigerians should just queue behind him. Those who are saying the prosecution, they are not saying prosecution, they are saying persecution, that it's selective and geared, skewed to deal with some former associates of former President Buhari. And Buhari didn't say you should go commit. He did not. And they also came under the thinking, making us believe that, say me gaskiya, if you are not trustworthy, you can't be around Buhari. And if therefore they saw that, yes, the man Buhari was honest, but probably weak, could be good in the heart, but being that kind gra in fighting corruption wasn't in Buhari. Therefore, some people decided to start taking advantage of that gentlemanly approach of Buhari. Now, I'm wondering if they are to meet Buhari, former cabinet, would they be holding their eyes down or hold it first to see their boss and say, we are proud of you? When indeed Buhari, at the point when they were sworn in, I was in that cabinet, he said, each of you would be judged based on how many poor Nigerians you have removed from poverty. And so what is the report card today?
Maybe it is the part of removing Nigerians that they did not do, but they removed themselves adequately from poverty. Let's move on to other issues today. We heard from the speaker of how the last increment of electricity tariff was not properly done because there were no consultations. And even though it appears to be late in the day, he's saying you couldn't have increased electricity tariff without fixing the problems in the energy sector. Is this just a talk shop, just to get us to be quiet?
In fact,
can anything come out of this?
He's just trying to sympathize with Nigerians. And when you say without consultation, as a lawmaker, you mean they should consult you. You don't have a committee. You don't have those doing oversight. They didn't come to you. You didn't summon them. They are already implementing. Now you are trying to sympathize with Nigerians by saying they didn't come to consult them. And thereafter what? So we should take it like that? I think, Speaker, speak very well. You are not speaking very well, and you are not speaking for Nigerians in this matter. We want a situation where you summon these people and say, look, come, what is it that is let down? We look at it. And even when you realize the thing is injurious to the public, it's for you to make some amendments. Not that you just begin to, I think he's taking it too light in a very simplistic manner, when indeed contractors should be called. Let us look at right from the generating aspect of it. We will look at the transmitting aspect of it. Let us look at the distribution aspect of it. Why is it that this prepaid metering is not working? Why is it that some people would just simply prefer what you call this estimated bills? Because if you want to take estimated, prepaid meters, some of the workers there will say, with prepaid, we have nothing to enter that will enter into our pockets. But when it is estimated, you just go look at this area and say, come, all of you are going to bring 5 million naira. How you distribute that and gather and bring, we don't know. But the same people now say, now it's 5 million. Okay, we are going to reduce it to 1 million for you for the interim. Meanwhile, bring 1 million, it will enter government coffers. 500 will enter somewhere, somehow. But when you're talking of prepaid, when you take your light, my meter is not running, so to speak. If I buy a prepaid meter, buy light, launch it there, if I like, I on every instrument and the light finishes today, it's for me to go buy again.
Right. Let's talk about one particular video that has gone viral, got most of Nigerians talking who came across those images. It's something that we know happens in society. I just remembered another disturbing video that we saw a couple of weeks ago with regards to a Nigerian family in the United Kingdom whose son was being bullied, and that really enraged me to a point that I can't even make comments about. But this one happened here at home, here in Abuja. A student bullying another, and it was caught on camera. And this appears to be a pattern, especially with this school in question. What are your thoughts about the video? I don't know whether you watched it, but what do you make of it and the government's position on the matter?
I think the government is right. And I also think that the school authorities are not doing their job. But they ought to have. That's why those days when we were in secondary school, you always have soldiers in the campuses and boarding schools. You make any unnecessary misbehavior. Look, you had the horsewhip there to do the justice. So some will say, no, we don't need to be flogging. But we came out better for it. A situation where what caused this? They said somebody stole my heart. A boy, a girl, has
gossip,
a kind of. Now look at what has happened. But I tell you a personal story. When I say personal, my son faced that kind of a thing in a boarding school. I won't mention the name now. A mission school, and you see, at a point, look, some people just wake him up. By the time he springs up this way, they slap the face. You don't know who slaps you. That thing continued, and if you look at the back of his legs, you see the marks. They are still there, and I believe they will remain there till he dies. So bullying in school is not a new thing. See, parents would just have to do a lot. The same thing with the school authorities. There has to be discipline. A situation where children will just wake up and become bullies. Physically, just because there is some kind of a thing that is even illegal at their own age. And look at it. It's nice that the government has done this. Proper probing should take place so that culprits brought to book. And that also tells us about guardian and counseling and even the psychological form.
Do you think that whatever sanctions or punishment that should be meted out should not be solely focused on the students? Because in a way, even the bullies themselves are a victim of a failed system, whether it's at home or in the school. But do you think the schools should be sanctioned for allowing situations like this to continue unabated? Because this is not a one-off, as we have seen in other videos.
Yeah, you see, if you just wake up and say, we are going to sanction this particular school, I think that would be a wrong approach to it. What about doing some deployments, whether they are security, whatever, in schools? They all are there. Look, this is a number. If you feel so person is a bully or you are a victim of being bullied, look, contact the authority so that this thing is unearthed. But when you just wake up, you say, okay, we are going to close down that school. There are many other schools that we don't know. It's just like the case of this Chinese said a shop. Nigerians cannot do buying there. You can't transact business there. It's solely for Chinese. What are the secret things they sell there? What is it? Now that has kind of unraveled an Indian school in Lagos. And they said, look, even at the gate, the last man being black is the security man. Every other person inside, whether you're a clerk or you are whatever, you are an Indian in Nigeria. So when you want to send your children to that school, they say, no, you have to be an Indian. Also, quite a lot of things are being revealed because of things of this nature. So if we sanction only one school, we are missing the point. We have to look at it holistically. If it entails send whether whatever means of security, whatever, let it be there physically. And I have not ruled out this possibility of bringing out some corporal punishment. I mean, it's vital. It's vital. It changes a lot.
All right. We're going to have to leave it here for now because of time. Mr. Ben Sherman, as always, thank you so much for providing us with the context as well as insight into some of these topical developing stories. Thank you most kindly, as always, for joining us on the program.
My pleasure, as usual.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, and that's the much we have for you this morning. We will come your way again with the Supercharge edition tomorrow. Please don't miss it. I'm Sunday Michael Ogun.
My name is Abdullahi Ahmed. Thank you very much, as always, for your time and your company. We'll see you next time. Until then, good morning and stay tuned for 360 Sports coming up at the top of the hour.